Hello folks, how's it going? And welcome to episode 4 in my Minecraft survival world. In the previous episode, we went on a long adventure for treasure and important saplings and building blocks. Today, we are putting both things to good use because first, I want to upgrade my gear and then I want to get started on terraforming my starter base. That reminds me actually, did I not steal a bunch of the bookshelves from the Woodland Mansion last episode? I did. 2 stacks. Okay. Oh, this is so much easier. Oh, I'm so glad I did this. Okay. Now it is a matter of getting some obsidian, some diamonds. I think we can make the enchanting table like that. Exactly. Let's place all of these guys together. We just place you in the middle and then place more bookshelves until we get level 30 enchantments, correct? Level 30. Good shit. Well, that was easy. I did not expect for this to be that easy to do. Now the enchantments that I am hunting for are mending and silk touch. We do know of a mending villager somewhere out in the world. We found the librarian literally previous episode as well. So what we need to do now is grab the map with the village marked in it and get some mending books for ourselves. It will be pretty smart to bring some books along as well. We may as well start stockpiling on mending. The only thing that I need right now is flint, because what I'm gonna do is stockpile on emeralds by getting a Fletcher. We're gonna get a villager to become a Fletcher, and then we will be chopping down a bunch of trees to turn that wood into sticks, and then we get profits. Fletching table acquired. I don't think we have any other time to waste, really. I want to get to that mending villager as soon as possible. That right there should be the village with the mending villager in it. I blocked off the doors of that building, so hopefully you're still in there, you're still alive, and most importantly, you are still selling mending. Wait, you're outside? Or are you a different librarian? Wait a minute. Are you still in this building? You are. So there are 2 librarians in here. How do I get to you? Do I just break this shelf? No, we just break it to his house. Hello, villager. You still have mending. That is very, very good. Do you have a job, sir? You do not. Come on, sir. Come up. Are you not interested in having a job at all? Oh, wait, no. Someone else took your job. Okay. What are you selling? Oh, you want your sticks? Yes, that's exactly what I want. And so now that we have the Fletcher, let's start chopping down some trees. Then we should get some more saplings, which we will then replant and then chop down those trees. The goal being to get as many emeralds as possible to stock up on mending. You get the gist of what I'm doing, right? I am just abusing capitalism in Minecraft. This is just one of the many classic ways in Minecraft to stockpile on emeralds by essentially abusing the whole villager trading system, which is just lovely. I even get a second Fletcher to speed up the process and are able to get myself a librarian with a silk touch book for sale, which is just phenomenal. I do, in an embarrassingly way, die to a creeper as I'm doing this grinding process, ultimately losing 30 levels that I would have loved to spend on enchanting. Anywho, I eventually get myself, I think, about 10 mending books and 5 silk touch books as well. I go back home only to realize that I actually don't have enough diamonds to get myself a full diamond set, including tools, so I go for another mining session. From this point on, I should now be ready to start the great terraforming project of the starter base. After many setbacks, deaths, and unfortunate mishaps, I am finally able to start working on the building part of my plans for today. And a few ideas that I do have in mind are as followed. First things first, I mentioned how this tree trunk looks a little bit bland now. And what I would love to do is attach a custom-made beehive to this side of the tree. But of course, we will be needing yellow blocks in order to do so. Additionally, I want to put some bushes around the place, some flowers, some lighting too. We could even work on the pond for the Nautilus today. But most importantly, I want to start building up walls around my starter area. And I will be doing that with giant rocks. The end goal for me is to have a safe starter base to come back to. But I also really want the chickens to be able to free roam in this area. That will be the ultimate end goal for this base. Now, right off the bat, I do have a few building materials already. We've got a bunch of stone related stuff right here. We may have to smelt a bunch of cobblestone for this build. We'll need some tuff, some andesite, maybe a hint of cobbled deep slate whilst we're at it. I will definitely need a lot of moss. For the bushes, obviously leaves will do. I really like the azalea leaves in particular for that. We'll create some more ambience with the firefly bushes too, and do some more lighting with the glow lichens. Some more iron for lanterns would do nicely. I think I got a bunch in my caving session for the enchanting setup. Yes, I did. Without much further ado, let's get to grinding. After gathering all the resources, I admittedly got really distracted. I was looking around on the internet and Pinterest for ways to terraform my back of the hill that the chicken coop is currently stood on, and I came up with the idea to make a cliff. I tried to make it resemble some kind of like pixelated wizard hat shape to get a proper idea of how I wanted this cliff to look like. I hope I can find a reference if I saved it somewhere. And when I'm telling you that I spent about 6 hours on this cliff, I am not joking. Building in Minecraft has become some kind of like medium for me recently, where if I feel upset or if I've had a bad day, for example, Minecraft building has really been able to ease my mind. So I've been really going ham with this cliff specifically. It is also my first time making a cliff, so I really wanted to get it right the first time as well. What I wanted to do, what I marked out with the white wall, eventually came to reality with this like nice curve from the top of the cliff itself to the bottom. But speaking of the bottom, I decided to turn it into a small little pond as well. I figured it would be maybe a nice idea to put the Nautilus in there in the future, but obviously we need to make sure that we keep the mobs out in the future so that the Nautilus doesn't die for some weird reason. I still want to texture it and then decorate it in the future. But for the time being, if I just pull up a showcase of the cliff right now, I think it looks rather good. I was really locked in on terraining, okay? So I even went ahead and did the rest of the hill as well. The upper half of the hill, that is. What I ended up doing is creating like 3 entry points that take you up to the chicken coop, and the rest are also just these like small cliffs. I'm not gonna lie to you, at this point, I'm not really sure what the direction is that I'm trying to go in. So I'm just going with the flow and going with what feels right to me. This was also my first time doing any terrain at all. So I was really focused, okay? Like 0 words being spoken throughout the next 10 hours of this recording session. So I have to do this voiceover. I have to. The amount of times I had to run back and forth to my digging site as well to get more stacks of dirt has also been crazy. Like, I kept running out of dirt. You can really not have enough dirt when it comes to terraforming your base. And this is also where I realized I could literally make the chickens start free roaming more. So this is also where you will see me place some cobblestone walls so that the chickens can finally have more space to walk around in, and I will not have to go crazy about the many chicken noises in the chicken coop anymore, because that chicken coop was packed with so many chickens. My god. So I have built a cliff. I'm not joking. It has been a few days since my last recording on this world, and I have taken those days to transform the hill that the chicken coop is on, including building this cliff right here. But I want to take a small break from doing terraining, so the next bit that we will be working on is on the tree trunk. I do have my yellow blocks. Let's put you back down. I think it was in this chest. Yeah, we've got a few bee nests to our name in this one as well. There we go. Let me start getting an idea of how big I want this hive to be. Maybe I'll take out some wood logs just to be able to put in the 3D like aspect of it more easily. I'm not really good with 3D shapes, so give me just a moment. It doesn't look that bad just yet. I think it is a okay start. It is a bit big. Maybe a little bit too big for this this tree right here. I am kind of using 2 references. I'm kind of like juggling between the 2. I'll have them up on screen if I haven't done so already. I'm kind of just like building shit that I have never otherwise built before. Yeah, we're definitely getting the shape now of the nest. This is a large improvement. And just like that, we have ourselves a bee nest. I keep wanting to say beehive, but it's a nest. It's a nest, Timmy, for goodness sake. Now all we need to do is decorate it with our 1,000,000 yellow blocks. We could actually start replacing some of these wood bits with hives. Yeah, there we go. Now for the rest of the outside, I want to use stripped oak logs to create this like ring. And then we'll have, in between, we'll have those hives just sticking out on the outside. And just like so, we have ourselves a bee nest. I kind of like how this nest turned out. I did make the inside. There we go. We've got a few hives just chilling you know, having a good time. We've got some few hives on the outside as well. We've even got some bees flying into our cartography headquarters here, which is just so adorable. It's such a nice touch. The last thing that I do want to add before we move on is some flowers. We'll just have a few sitting about at the front. Let's make like a tulip garden, shall we? So we'll pick our red tulips, our orange ones, and our whites. Yeah, this is cute. This is adorable. Let's even start growing some like mushrooms around the tree. Maybe we could even... Oh, you know what we could do instead? Hold on. What if we grab our red mushrooms and brown mushrooms, and instead of making a small bee nest on this side, we can make some mushrooms stick out of this area. So we could do something like this, for example. Yeah, look how cute that is. Maybe I could add like a brown mushroom as well. Something tells me that I should do this. And honestly, I can kind of agree with said gut feeling. I don't know, I kind of vibe with how weird this looks in a way. I think this is something that I will stick to for now. What it definitely does is add so much more to the tree trunk than ever before. Like the bee nest obviously on the right side with all the flowers around the tree trunk now obviously makes such a huge difference. But the mushrooms on this side of the trunk also add a little bit of color and different kind of like nature bits to the trunk. So with the terraining out of the way and now the tree trunk, we can start working on the outside walls of the starter base. So this entire white wall line, including some random bits of sand, I forgot what they are meant to be, is meant to represent the line where the walls are going to be. And just for this episode, I want to get started on the back side and see how that goes. Let me go on ahead and figure out the build palette for these rocks here. We could throw in some mud in there. I'm liking the transition from andesite to tough. At the top, we could do stuff with moss, maybe dirt, if that goes well. We'll see. Let's see how we are going to build this first one though, because we are going up against this cliff here. I think something along the lines of this will be fine. Now that we have the tough set in place, let's mess around with andesite. This doesn't look too shabby. I don't really like the hard line between tough and andesite though. Maybe we could throw in some cobblestone in between to make a better transition. Yeah, I think that's about right. Let's experiment with this now. There we go. The moss and the mossy cobblestone is now on top. Let's make this rock a little bit more round. And just like that, we have the very first rock of many to come. That said though, let's make a bigger second boulder now. Look at how big it is. What the hell? But here we are. The first and second boulder are now connected together. One a little bit smaller than the other. But again, I'm liking where I'm headed with this. Without much further ado though, let me just see how many more rocks I feel like building today. So I shall see you when I've built a few more. And here we are with the finished result. Maybe not a bit impressive at first, but you know, it is a wall. And as long as I keep out the mobs, I'm a-okay with it. I mean, the clip's already doing a good job with keeping these pillagers out, these fiends. But yeah, I do like the gradient that I went with here at the end of the day, with the mud and now coarse dirt being the flooring, and then the actual rocks being made of all kinds of stone and then growing into moss at the top. The only thing is that we need to copy all those rocks all the way across that white wool line. But I'm not gonna lie, I've ran out of creative juice for today. So this is all that I will be doing for episode 4 of the Minecraft Survival series. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to let me know by hitting that like button down below, and consider subscribing if you are new around these parts and want to see more Minecraft from me in the future. Thank you for watching this video once again, and I will see you in my next one. Take care, folks.